Okay, welcome back. In the last video, we looked at the review menu. We're now going to look at the view menu. So let me go to my data tab. If we go to view, this is basically how you see your data set in Excel. So the very first section here on the top left is your workbook views. So this is the standard view. I'm actually physically looking at all the data in a spreadsheet. We could look at it as the page break preview. So remember earlier I set my page break like that. This is what was going to be printed when I did my print preview. So if you've set multiple page breaks, you would be able to view them in this view. So we can see here, and I can actually edit it too. If I wanted to make my page wider or longer, this is what's going to be printed. When you see this dotted line, this means that it's exceeded the size of an A4 page that I had it set to, that this would be on page 2. So this would be page 1, this would be page 2. And as you expanded it, you can see page 2 would be here, page 3 would be there, page 4. So it gives you a nice view of what your printing would look like if you printed it. This would be on your first page, second page, third page, fourth page. Wouldn't be ideal. This is just for an example, but it's a very quick and easy way to see what your printing would look like. The next option is page layout. So that physically shows you examples of what each page would look like as pages. So not from the print preview, but as it would look like on the actual page. If you had headers, it would put the headers there. You can add the header in. When you're working, you're always going to work on the normal view. Again, here, we can show the formula bar. This is the formula bar. Whatever we click on would show here. If we were doing a formula, we could type the formula out here. That's a more advanced concept. I will cover that in the next course. We can hide that to have more real estate here. We can also take away the grid lines, as I showed you before, or we could remove headings if we had headings there. Zooming, this is just to zoom in or out. You might have a very big spreadsheet that you want to zoom in and out on. You can use that. Freeze panes is a very, very nice option that Excel gives you. You might always want to freeze a specific section of your spreadsheet. So if I click there and I click on freeze panes, you can see what it's done. It's frozen everything above my cell. So if I scroll down, this top section is staying frozen. And if I go to the right, this section is staying frozen. So you might want to see, you might have, if you want to undo it, you just go to unfreeze panes. We might want to always see column A because that is what our product is. And we might always want to see the heading across the top. So if I go there and I go freeze panes, now you can see it always takes that first section there. You can go freeze top row. So now the top row is frozen, so we always see our headings. Or we could go on to freeze first column. Now if we scroll across, our first column is always there. So that's a really nice feature. If you want to undo the freeze panes, you just go unfreeze and then your sheet is back to normal. You can hide pages. So say for instance, we didn't want to show anybody this data page. You can either click on hide there, or you can right click and you can go hide. Now you can see that that data tab is no longer there. If we wanted to bring it back, you just right click and you go unhide. It would bring you a list of all your hidden sheets and you just highlight the one you want to show again. So that's that hide. And split is just where you want to have split screens, for instance, where you can look at different sections of the page as a split view. To be honest with you, I don't use that very often. I do use the hide feature. You might have multiple tabs here of data and one dashboard on a sheet. You'd probably want to hide all your data tabs. So that on the view tab is pretty much all we look at. We look at the different types of views on our page. We either hide grid lines or we show them, and we often use the freeze panes to either show the headings or specific columns. I will see you in the next video. Thank you very much.